that the bodies of soldiers killed in battle were returned to a secret laboratory near Koblenz, where they were used in a variety of scientific experiments.
folks. Welcome in. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday. I know I sure am. How are my castmates doing? How are y'all doing?
Good.
Doing fantastic, buddy. I'm here with my bros. It's Friday night. I'm gonna walk into a potentially get dead situation for the next couple of hours. The dice aren't gonna roll the right way, and it's gonna be fucking exciting. I'm doing fantastic.
Totally fair. Well, how about you, Soul? Klaus, how are y'all doing?
I am conscious. I am prepared to do things.
Well, the lungs are still working for now, so we'll see how it goes.
Get you some cybernetics. Everybody donate for Soul Cybernetics, please. Just kidding. Thank you all for being here. We surely do appreciate it. Sale, welcome in. So nice to see you, friend. Soul, we missed you last week. Would anybody like to recap him on the events for a free reroll for the session?
Sure. I got this. Down. So, we made a building fall down in the last season. And now there's a heightened military or military adjacent presence throughout the city. You know, unmarked black vehicles and weapons and all this kind of stuff. And the rest of us, you know, our little gang has been sitting on our money, recuperating and living our own lives for the last 6 months, but we decided to get back into the game and get back into it hard by infiltrating the military group, implanting some of our own stuff into their databases and taking anything that we could from them. And so we went on in. I put myself on as a face. Baldur was posing as the face of a pharmaceuticals company to try and, offer the military some next level drugs to get their soldiers working at 110%. Yokai broke into the systems and Nirvana got into their R&D and messed some things up. And then I messed things up real bad with the general, and fight started, and the other two managed to do their stuff a little bit better. Nirvana blew himself up a little bit while taking out a lot of their R&D, but in the end, I did manage to charge and leap out the window of this building with the general in hand, landing into our VTOL, and deciding that I needed to let the general go as a client and dropping him to his death. And we got a lot of scratch, and I am fully stashed up. I am now rich, so
how many buildings does that make it that you've leapt out of and then into a VTOL? Now, is that 2 or 3? I can't keep track.
I think we might be up to 3 at this point in time.
That's about right. You know, it's a solid strategy.
I don't think we leveled up last time.
Oh yeah, we forgot to do the leveling.
That's right, yeah. We should probably knock that out real fast then.
I'll give my XP to Soul, okay?
Unfortunately, it does not work that way. Yeah, so let's level up real quick just through stuff that happened last time. Did you address a challenge with tracking or violence, Jihan?
Yes, I killed people and I blew up stuff, so that's twice, I think.
Yep, that sounds right to me. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I kind of did with the training and sneaking around and being a annoyance for the foes.
By handling things in that direction, I'll give you 1, sure. Okay. Did you struggle with issues from dystopia, your harm, vice, or trauma?
Yeah, he he is now less human, so he's making choices that aren't the same as before. He's becoming cold and calculating, and he's always training now. He's traumatized out on training, I think.
Okay, I'll give you 2 for that. So go ahead and add those 5 points in. If you level, then go ahead and pick your thing.
Okay.
Yokai, did you address a challenge with knowledge or emergent power?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only thing that I did. I added mine last week.
oh, you added yours last week. Okay, good deal.
That's the only thing I did because I didn't struggle with any of the stuff, and I didn't really have a chance to express any of my drives, beliefs, or anything like that. It was strictly business, and making sure that people didn't get dead at the end of the mission was important.
Yep, very fair. Okay, it's already applied. Shady Sail says, I think Soul might want this later. Run Soulfire Protocol.exe. There you go. There's your bonus die. Thank you, Shady Sail. Much love. Much appreciated. And Balder, did you address your challenge with charisma or conspiracy?
Constantly.
True. I would say absolutely you did. Yep. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I would say so. I used my background with gang stuff, background with drugs, and constantly my beliefs to mostly watch out for myself and make deals. Even when I'm trying to backstab these people, Balter was ready to make a deal with these people and give them these experimental drugs. Because it's like, hey, more money. Who cares? I'll be in everyone's pocket. So
I particularly
Totally.
loved when you accidentally gave the experimental drug, or, well, inadvertently gave the experimental drug to one of his goons, and then when the fight broke off, his goon was supercharged with it. I particularly liked that moment. I'm sorry. That was funny.
Oh yeah, no, Balder did that knowing that was going to happen. Like, when he's like, one of his people is going to want to take this drug. This puts me in a bad spot. Whatever. Balder, because you know what? Balder's got reckless as a trauma baby, and he's leaning into it. He's giving them the experimental drug that puts him in danger. He's letting this guy know, like, oh yeah, no, I do all the illegal bad stuff, and don't you just want in on that? Come on.
Yeah, I would say you definitely get at least 1 from that. In that department, I would give you 2.
Woo! I did it!
All right, folks. Well, with that out of the way, we did do our downtime actions. I remember that. We just forgot to level up and stuff. Crew. We need to level up the crew. Do that before I forget. Ow. All right. Let's see here. Where did everything go? Everything got erased. That's fine. We'll just pull up the sheet for it real quick. So, the sheet for the courier crew. Executed a delivery. Crew contended with challenges above your current station. Yep, definitely did that. Bolstered your crew's reputation or develop a new one. Well, now you're taking on the fucking military, so yeah. I would certainly say so. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew in spades. Yep. Absolutely. So, probably at the end of this session, the crew will be getting another upgrade. Alright. Well, folks... Oh, Adobe. Leave me alone, please. Thank you. Alright, folks. Let us begin. So, we come in on our crew down within the depths of their hideout. As you're all kind of gathered around Vixie the Fixie, I'll share the picture again with y'all just in case you forgot what she looks like, because it has been a while. She's standing over the holodeck, and you can tell she's like inputting a lot of the data that you guys were able to recover by hand. A lot of it's like encrypted 3 ways to hell, and she's literally doing the calculations in her mind and just like inputting the raw data into the holodeck. As she's like getting close to this, she's been at it for like 2 weeks now. As she's getting close to the end of this, what are you guys kind of doing? She's been at this like all day, and she told you she'd be done around this time.
Balder's probably out at his club and everything, managing some things. With my new upgrade into the upper echelons of stash, I upgraded my suit to exquisite, and also upgraded the what do you call it? What is the scale of my entourage? So I lost a bodyguard. I need to replace some of those. I need more people. So, yeah.
Totally fair. So how many more people do you have?
I don't know. I remember last time I tried to look at how scale affects
determined
the numbers.
by you. So if you want fewer people that are like super badass, then you have fewer people that are super badass. If you want a lot of people that are like just like trained fighters or something, or like trained bodyguards, but maybe their cybernetics aren't as advanced or their weaponry isn't as sophisticated, quote unquote, then it would be like, it would go in that direction. It would be size versus like scale in terms of narrative. Scale is it kind of like fluxes and flows with quality, the way that I read it in the book. Quality would be like the items that they have at their disposal, but not necessarily like the level of proficiency that they have with those things. That would be more determined by scale. If you have more people, they would be less proficient. If you have fewer people, they would be more proficient.
I want fewer people who are more proficient.
That's totally fair. So maybe now instead of having 2, you have 4.
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
You have effectively doubled your entourage. Yeah, absolutely. So we can see this like very blacked out kind of... Actually, I would like you to describe your nightclub. I don't want to steal your thunder.
His nightclub has it's kind of a nice blend of old-fashioned meets modern. The bar has that classic mahogany. It's got that beautiful brass rail to it. The drinks lined up behind it in a way that you just don't see that much these days. The people working this club, they're dressed nicely in slightly more old-fashioned suits, but it's still got, it's got popular music going on, gorgeous dance floor and everything. Lots of private areas for people to enjoy some drinks or perhaps conduct business if they need to. That's none of my business. So,
yeah, absolutely. So we can see like a number of folk like getting their drinks served to them, and as the camera's like kind of panning around the interior of this club, getting all the like nice shots of like the artwork and the ornate mahogany wood and all that stuff, which is like almost impossible to come by at this point in the 25th century, 26th century, I guess that would be. Yeah, we can see like, do you have like a hollow watch or something that you would use to communicate with the folks back at your stronghold?
He mostly tries to keep that to his phone. He actually wears specifically just an old style wind up watch.
Very nice. So your phone like blips with a little notification.
I'll take a look at it.
It's an encoded message that when you like press the script that you were forced to download by Vixie, it decodes it and it says close to a breakthrough, meet soon, V.
He'll let some of the folks at the club know, and he will head on over.
Yeah, your entourage kind of like clears the way for you, as it were, without like being, get the fuck out of the way or anything. They're just very professional, very cordial, clear the way for you, and we can see you making your way out to a private VTOL where they kind of step in after you and close the door. And yeah, as it kind of picks up and flies off into the rainy evening, who's the next person that we come across, and where do we find you?
I'd say Yokai's probably off teaching and studying as per usual. Taking in that new tech demon skill, practicing that out since I forced him to be my bitch and absorbed all of his, skills into my own self. So that was pretty exciting. So I'm just reveling in that and kind of working through it.
Hell yeah. Are you writing out scrolls of like knowledge that you've obtained from this, or like putting it into a computer or something?
Probably putting it into a digital codex, because we're in the future and scrolls get burnt up and tore up when buildings get smashed down, and who's to say the Black Dragon Clan isn't holed up someplace seedy and off the grid?
Totally fair. So in this kind of nondescript, grayed out background around you that we can kind of tell is like being obscured from the audience's vision, there's this like boop, that kind of pierces your meditation. Then another minute later,
highly agitating. Sometimes the girl just wants to, not be bothered. But I'll check my phone, see what it is. Or the message, my holodeck, whichever fancy futuristic contraption messages are coming across in this moment.
So, much the same as with Balder, you run the decrypting program, and it is the same message, and then you realize that it wasn't like a minute later, it was like an hour later. You're just like really into what you were doing. Like, oh yeah, I need to check that, and then just like completely forgot. Yeah, it says, I'm done.
So I'll get up and dust off and change and get my shit together and just head over to the place.
Yeah. We see you kind of like entering into the shadowy background and fading out. Nirvana, where do we find you?
Probably in the subway cart playing a game, probably some bullet hell type Ikaruga game, some type of level up, get power ups and dodge all the bullets type. Just chilling,
Rogue Hell 9, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you're finishing up a round, you get a tap on your shoulder. When you
Hello?
turn, it's Vixie like, hey, I called you over like 30 minutes ago. Are you coming or not?
Games are important.
Are you serious right now? I didn't just spend 2 weeks putting in thousands of lines of code in by hand for you to not come now.
He's gonna start fuming and stuff, and he's tired of people downplaying his gaming. It's a real sport.
She understands what you're saying and literally just brushes it off. She's like, yeah, sure, sport, get your ass over there.
He takes his leave.
Yeah, so Nirvana being the last to leave what they were doing despite being the first one here, you find Balder, and where are your bodyguards, Balder? Are they with you right now, or are they like elsewhere in the facility?
They'd be elsewhere in the facility.
Keeping things locked down.
Well, Balder's confident enough in himself, and also, hey, this is their place, so, whatever.
Yeah, they're making themselves at home, off in the rec room, taking smokes and watching a little bit of telly. And as you're all kind of gathered around, you can hear this kind of like clip sound echoing down the hall. The bodyguards kind of like look at each other for a second, and then like look over at you, Balder. Like, are we supposed to do something about that? Soul, please introduce your character.
Yeah, so Damocles is probably, I guess, 5'6", 5'7", a little bit on the shorter side. Kind of thin. Not exactly like waifish or waspish, but just a slim dude. Comes in, darker skin, piercings all over, tattoos all over the face, mohawk, wearing leathers. First thing that catches your eyes, though, are his eyes, because they are cybernetic and glowing. Not just like a little bit of light, but actually putting off a pretty significant amount of light. They seem to be almost doing like a constant active scan of the area. So he walks in with a bit of a smirk, and there's just a little bit of a presence that comes in with him. Not like a ghost or anything, but definitely a little bit of swagger, a little bit of kind of energy in the air, we'll say. Hold on one second.
Problem.
There's going to be a lot of that. So.
You okay?
Yeah, just a cough. It is what it is. Yeah, COVID being what it is. It's better today than it was yesterday.
That's good. It's good news.
But yeah, he'll come in, kind of survey the place and say, all right. So I hear you've been having some trouble lately.
Pixie kind of looks to the three of you like, she doesn't say anything, but the look that you get from her is like, did you invite this guy?
Well, no, we didn't invite him, but if he's here, that means that he's probably part of the Order and is meant to be here. Assumably so. If I'm incorrect, well, somebody will die and it won't be me.
Nirvana is gonna give him that sup, like the nod,
Balder's just kind of smirking a little bit, sitting there, and he kind of gestures like, go on.
So Derek, why was I sent exactly?
It's kind of up to you here, buddy.
Okay. Well, I will say that the Order knows that this team is lacking at least one particular field, so they sent Damocles. Because you've got muscle, you've got brawn, you've got guns, you've got techno-magic, but you don't have a wizard. I deliberately left off brains. This team lacks that, and there's no helping it, so... Thank you, Huli.
We all share one brain cell.
Well, we have one brain. It's in a fish tank in the back.
I'm actually fucking offended because I have made it my sole character mission this entire group of series to play the brain
That's true.
/ cyber person,
That's
and
true.
you shit it all over me. And you just walked into this facility, and I have never seen you before, and you just come in here shitting all over my brain cells, and I've got more than one. And it's fucking rude. So you can go right back to the agency and they can send us somebody that's a lot nicer and respects my authority.
Yeah, the problem with that is there isn't anyone nicer. Not because I'm particularly nice, but because nobody wants to work with you. How many agents have died now? Or lost their bodies? Or misplaced limbs? Or...
like along the floor and down the hall?
Two, and when we sign on to a job like this, we know that it's pretty much the only way out of this kind of career.
Yeah, but it's wasteful for resources. That said, my name is Damocles. I am your designated here to help you take care of all the nasty, creepy crawlies. And you're stuck with me for now. So, I understand you've had some very interesting trials and tribulations. You have managed to kill off 2 of your teammates, or at least lose the bodies of a few. I'm not here for that. I've already lost my eyes. That's it, finito. We're not taking any more losses.
Red shows up.
Just teasing.
Making me nervous, Jesus.
I'm just teasing.
Nirvana's gonna question the new guy. He's gonna say, know anything about summoning circles?
A little bit too much.
That seems to be our problem every time.
That's what I'm here for.
Does it have a power button? Are we not pressing the right buttons?
Oh my gosh. No, I am particularly suited for that. The loss of the eyes was earlier when I first started having to deal with summoning circles. I've learned my lesson. Thank you.
Look, we've had some missteps in the past, but big risks get big rewards. For every person that we've lost, it's been towards some pretty grand accomplishments, so. But if they want to send someone along and you think you can help out, the more the merrier. Though, you might want to be a little bit nicer to the brain of the group if you want good intel that's not gonna make you the next little mark on our headboard.
Yeah, when we find a brain of the group, I'll let you know, and I'll be sure to buy them ice cream. But that aside, old man, I'm not here for big payouts. I'm not here for grand designs. I'm here to do my job, and I'm here to make sure that supernatural shit stays where it needs to, safe and secure, and not fucking with us. Just making this clear.
So for the most part, Vixie's just been kind of sitting there watching the back and forth going, and like kind of like idly, like running the executable script that's going to compile all the shit that she's just been decoding, and she's like, "So are we friends or not? I don't understand."
I like ice cream.
Not friends yet, but acquaintances. We'll be friends soon enough. Once old Damocles sees the kind of fun that we have. So why don't you hang around right over our head, buddy, and we'll see what kind of fun we have.
That's the point, friend. That's the point.
There's a resounding, and we can see the holodeck shift from its kind of like amorphous like green to a solid blue. It starts restructuring, and there's this kind of muffled like "holy shit" from Vixie. You might want to gather around, folks. This, and she like pulls up something that on the holodeck. This is the sigil of that magus. I remember it because, and she like pulls something else up. It was present when that dragon destroyed that fucking building. The two must be bound. Here's the symbol of Tiamat, the archdragon of chaos. At the beginning of time, when Marduk broke her body, he made the world from her flesh and carved our laws from her bones. If this is right, this conspiracy goes all the way up to the military, international. This might be a worldwide web of lies and operations in the dark. I think that they mean to unmake the world.
Nirvana's gonna question Vixie the Fixie about the summoning circle being data. What do you mean it's data?
Even magical things like a summoning circle would have some kind of metaphysical component that you could compile into data, ones and zeros in specific patterns. You use hexagrammic or octagonal hexagrams. Eventually, when you collate them, it produces things like what yokai here use.
Algebra, I see.
But this is old school. This is a blend of... It's a blend of cybermancy and old dark magic. They mean to unmake a moment in time. She kind of looks at each of you. Well, are you
So we
gonna stop them, or?
we shoot and ask questions later.
I mean, somebody's gotta start somewhere. Unless you want everything to kind of...
Okay. I evidently showed up at the perfect time. Let's go ahead and see that data.
Oh, fuck.
So what? God damn it! I need my fucking limbs, man. Ah, yes.
Dead man walking.
Okay.
Oh my god, Red.
This is actually going to be a problem if we keep doing this. Because I need those limbs for this character. Like, they're actually important this time around.
I believe if you can get a gene enhanced, it might not count against your essence.
No, not really. That's not too... But, yeah, I mean... That's cool. I guess I'm going to lose my arm somewhere along. That's cool. Let's go.
Why do I feel like Yokai is going to be the one to take it?
Oh, that's... I'm not fucking with chat like that. No, that's... Whew, that's a dangerous game to play. Then chat doesn't trust me anymore. Sorry. Red, oh red. Okay, folks. So, give me the detail. What are y'all going to get knocked out today? What are y'all going to accomplish?
I'm definitely going to be looking at the data. Being a hermetic mage, I actually keep all my spells stored in kind of similar format, hexagrammatically encoded. So this is pretty normal for me. I've got interface. I've got study. I got all sorts of stuff I can throw at this.
So what does a sneaker do in this type of situation?
Completely kind of up to you guys. So what Vixie has decoded is a series of locations around the city, forming a large septagrammic place, which means that there is multiple locations. A couple of them seem to be active already. The exact number is unclear. That's what you're able to decode, technically.
Okay. So I will point out locations on the map. Being a newcomer to the city, I'm not really familiar. I'll pass it off to the people that know about this place. So I hand it off to the group.
I'll take a look at the map and see if I recognize any of these areas, because I am from this area.
Fair. So, you can see that the ones that seem to be active, they kind of blip in and out. There's one in Redmont, and there's one in Auburn, and there's one in Tacoma. There is a solid and steady one in downtown. There's one in Snohomish that is completely just not even on. And then there's one in Fort Lewis that's not on, and another one in Puyallup that is not on.
I'm going downtown. I'm looking for trouble.
So is that where the party is going to determine to strike at? There's like a pretty precise location on the map. It seems to be like underneath a bank.
Well, they have grids there.
I'm opening it up to the whole group before we do anything.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, if that's the first place we want to target, let's target that.
I'm
Okay.
down.
They won't expect us to hit them hard where they're most, defended, I guess.
I think you're muted, Hulu.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
No.
Okay, well then, folks. Tell me the detail of this. How are you going to be going about this? What is the infiltration method?
Heist.
Give us some details. I'm not gonna do this one because I took the reins pretty hard on the last one. So I wanna just sit back and I'm a tool. Use me.
Yeah, leave it to the brains. What are we doing? Brains?
I think we should do a heist. We'll have Balder drive the vehicle. Yokai will get us the details of how to get in and out and how to get into the vault. That's what we need. So I know it's in the vault. You know, this is a bank. And Damocles will protect us from the evil thoughts and actions of this.
Okay. I like where this is going.
Okay.
Because whenever there's a summoning circle, bad things happen to the party. It's happened twice already.
Well, with that, I think the party kind of goes their separate ways to go about doing their setup for the heist, and we get like a kind of a flash of movement of celestial bodies over the sky, like rapidly, an indeterminate amount of time passing, however long enough you guys needed to plan and prep for all of this, until now it is the time. So let's work out how we're going to be, where are we starting? At what point in the sequence are we starting?
I was thinking Balder can open up a bank account at the bank, and when they open the vault to put the money in, that's when we come in, and because the vault's open, then we won't have to break in.
I might have missed a step here. What is it we're retrieving?
The summoning circle.
We're
disrupting?
Just trying to disrupt a summoning circle, yeah.
Okay. And this is under the bank?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know it's in the vault?
Yeah, if we don't need to get into the vault, I don't know about, I can definitely talk to the people at the bank. Oh, what am I gonna, I don't know.
What level of city is the bank on? Is it in, a mid-tier?
It is on the 1000s.
It's in the 1000s, which means there's a way. If it's under a bank, that means it could be under the bank. It doesn't necessarily mean it's directly underneath the banks. If it's in the 1000s, that's a lot of space to cover. Where
That's
under
halfway up the
could,
building.
yeah. So the last one that we rolled across was in like the underbelly area where it was like covered by the fog and in like the criminal activity area where most people stay out, minor ground patrols of police, which also try to stay out sort of situation. Which is why it was so easy for us to bring that building down, because it was already dilapidated trash. So we're probably looking at a similar situation, and if we need to go under, we should probably start at the bottom and go up. If it's an up direction, rather than try to go in from the top. I don't want to talk to not a single fucking bank person, because after that botched military operation, I am not sure what faces are put in what places. Because I got my part done. 2 of the 3 legs fell off the horse that day. And so we took a little heat, and it was not really the greatest kind of roll through in the last little bit of time. So I prefer to keep our faces away from the gen pop. I mean, I could fuck off. I'm not the brain cells here. Just...
I'm sure that really personally.
I can't believe you done this. Alright, so no bank heist then.
I know you love your video games, but step out of like GTA 57 and come back to reality with us, my guy.
Under a bank. We gotta take our chances.
So what is under the bank? What are we getting into? Like, what do we have to infiltrate?
It seems to be a residential place specifically for the people that work at the bank. The top floor of that would be the CEO's position.
Leaving it up to you, folks. Get us up under this thing. How do we get through residential? What happens?
I mean, it's probably, honestly, a lot easier for us to slip through residential than it is going to be for us to slip through corporate. Especially a bank where there's a summoning circle underneath. Because if it's in this location, that means some exec in the building is probably involved. We've run across these shady fuckers a million times now. And usually the fancy-dancy person in the building above the summoning circle is involved with the kind of shenanigans that's going on in his basement. We figured that out every place we've went. So, again, I lobby to avoid the bank at all costs. Unless there's something that directly says once we get there, no, you have to actually go in the bank like it's there. But underneath the bank in 1,000 floors is a real vast amount of space.
Alright, I'm with Hooli then. Okay.
Alright. So you are going to be dealing with an organization that is one tier above you in this situation. So that is going to be reducing the die by 1. Are you going to be calling in any allies?
Well, what's the kind of residential area that we're going into? Like,
it is heavily secured by like police forces. Not literally police forces, but like people in police like armor, with like non-lethal weaponry for the most part. But they all will have a limited number of lethal rounds that they can fire. It's like riot police, basically.
All the way at the ground, or just in the building?
Oh, in the building, like in the residential area, like peacekeeping officers.
Okay. What about the vicinity around the building? There's the bank. What do we have? Like, we're downtown. What's around it? Building.
It would be other like high level of income residential areas around the 1000s, and then other banks. They are kept around the 1000th floor because since it is in the middle, it is especially like reinforced in that region. So. It's like double protection there just in location alone. And also like manufactories for like specific types of VTOLs and like high high level of income commodities.
Okay. And what about like the part of the area that we live in? We're in an underground like subway system
You
because
elected to live literally below even the buildings. So
right.
yeah.
Is there in the downtown area, since a majority of everything is done in the up and up, is there in the vicinity of where we're going any of those kind of like busted ass structures that are in some of the other districts? Or is it like
no. These buildings are made to last.
so this is like the nicest
Yes, this is the highest level of income next to, I believe it is Redmont. No, Bellevue.
Okay.
And then the finance district is literally just like server towers of like money and transactions and shit with like corporations at the very top levels.
Right. So okay. Damn, Balam would be great for this idea. So, okay, there's a lot of fucking security, is what we're finding out, friends. And which means that they're probably, like, looking for things that are not peaceful. So, like, I don't know, floor 787 and a half maybe might have an explosion, and all of them will run in that direction, and we can go in somewhere towards the bottom. Maybe? Thought?
Go an explosion. We want the kind of attention that explosions
Well, I
might
mean, it
bring.
doesn't have to necessarily be an explosion. Maybe just a distraction. Explosion is just a fun word to say.
It's a fun word to say, for the record.
But distraction would be alright, right? Or do you think that would even probably not work? Because that's 1,000 floors of guards, so... I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
We could probably start a distraction outside the building, kind of like post an ad on the interwebs. Job fair, no experience needed. Don't need cybernetics, and you get to sleep sometimes.
Those are great conditions for 2551. Let me tell you.
So,
2552, I guess.
alright, so we have locations of several summoning circles, correct? This was just the most active one?
Mm-hmm.
What if we, since above the table we know we're probably going to tier up in our crew after this session, what if we bop off to another region and worry about that until we tier up and then come back to these guys when we're a little more strapped? Because this seems to be like the most intense of all of the situations that we're going to be attempting to get into, and I don't know if I really want to start at the top.
I don't know that we're necessarily going to tier up. I mean, we'll advance and get some new abilities, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we actually gain a tier. We have to actually invest money and stuff like that for gaining a tier.
You have to knock somebody else down off their tier before you can tier up as well.
Alright, well, see, I'm still learning the mechanics of the
It's all
game.
good, dude.
Yeah.
You have to basically replace somebody. Or once you have gotten to where there's nobody above you, you start eating others.
Hmm. Well,
I mean, go for the bank job. What's the worst that can happen?
I mean, we
Go
kind of
in.
already said we were going to do the bank jobs. Let's do the bank job.
Yeah. You said explosion to do some distraction. We move in quick and take care of things. I can stay around where the explosion was. Maybe, acting like somebody in charge, try and keep people distracted, and you all do a thing. I don't know. It's an idea.
I don't really feel comfortable leaving you one-on-one. Maybe like 2 and 2 would be acceptable.
I am not 1-on-1, and Baldur will kind of snap a finger, and
All
like
of them
four
just, like,
bodyguards.
flank you.
Oh, you know what I mean.
Look, if we don't leave me one-on-one, then how are we going to keep up our reputation of gradually killing some of us off every so often?
Good point. You know.
I mean, we could probably hire somebody to help us rob the bank, but when they're robbing it, we can go down on like an elevator or something to get to the summoning circle. We can like ally ourselves with another crew and see if we can make that happen. Call in Sinner 002.
You're gonna call in an enemy to get another dice against you? Is that a yes or a no?
No.
No? Okay. Alright, so any friends that were calling in?
I feel like I've been pushing my luck with Winston Mogi and his gang. Feel like getting him to do this is outside of his wheelhouse, and might ruin that friendship. So no, I'm willing to go in and let someone else have the terrible rolls. Oh yeah, Sol, the other thing you missed is on 2 separate occasions when I was rolling 2 dice, I rolled 2 1s. So I've still got it.
I was told the curse maintains.
Curse of Klaus. There we go. That's what happened. That's why we were getting such bad rolls. That was what set it in. That was... No, I'm just kidding. That actually was only like last week. I think that might have been one of the things that helped broke it. It was just like so concentrated in effort. It's like when you like concentrate like bad energy in a crystal and then you like put it in salt water. Anyways, who's gonna roll? Gonna be 2. Take the lowest one.
Yes.
All right, I'll roll it this time. It's 2d6.
2d6. Take the lowest one.
Oh god. Do we have a reroll?
I do, but I'm not using it.
Okay.
I want this to start off rough. I want to see how this goes.
Alright, so do me a favor and tell me where all of you are before I tell you when shit goes sideways. So let's start with Nirvana. What are you doing when everything's about to go, the explosion's about to trigger, and you know it's time to move in, or whatever it is that you're going to be doing? Where are you?
Nirvana's gonna be shadowing Baldur as like a he's gonna be camouflaged, so he's just gonna follow him around, and when he sees a opportunity to make his move, he'll go in and start Beyblading his way around the bank, you know.
Okay. So we can see you perched up on kind of like a high interior, like shelf region with like a like a circular escalator that kind of like spirals down with this large window behind you, and just like completely like perfectly camouflaged. Yokai, where are you? Oh, you are talking to somebody. Damocles, where are you?
I will be hanging out with Yokai as we are going to the bank, getting everything sorted and settled. We are trying to find a position near the escalators that are inconspicuous.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And Baldur, triggering the explosion. Where are you?
He's gonna be kind of away from where the explosion is, having some of his entourage handling that. And he is trying to keep a good visual where he can see where that's going to be, see where everyone else is, and once they're all in place, he will instruct them, okay, now.
They... And there's this of a VTOL on the landing pad just immolating. The engines were rigged to blow, and the whole thing just combusts in this great conflagration that luckily doesn't consume any innocent bystanders in the explosion, but does set a chain sequence of reactions off on parked VTOLs. One after another, just down the parking, basically like concrete parking lot. At this moment, there is a large klaxon sounding off, and we can see a great deal of pretty heavily armored riot police making their way down, escorting a good number of firefighters that are taking these huge halon bottles to the explosion and the conflagration. Balder, as you are preparing to move away from this and off towards the bank to get into your secondary position, there is a kind of tutting sound from behind you. All of your bodyguards immediately turn and brace their weapons out to engage with whatever this is.
I will turn around and look at it.
What you see mostly is this long black trench coat with excessive amounts of buckles. Very goth, very old school, blacked out goth. You can't really see any face except for the bottom of a chin, and what you can see looks to be really scaly on one side. And the cloak itself is covering most of this person's form. They seem to be very tiny in such a large coat. And you can kind of hear a chuckling from beneath it. Oh, I knew this was going to happen today. We've been expecting you. You think you're the only ones with magic. You think you're the only ones with some sort of techno-demon. I don't bind anything with technology, no. My methods are old. Old. And there's this flash of metal from underneath their sleeve that's, draped over their arm. And these methods run black as blood. I bind demons the old-fashioned way. And you can hear a slicing sound as a huge pool of their blood just way more than should have falls out of this wrinkly, writhed old hand, and this pool of soul black blood stretching inwards begins to wrap around them. And that is when we are going to switch over to Damocles and Yokai. Folks, as you are making your way into the elevator, I believe you said, the explosion triggers a kind of fail-safe mechanism. Shit goes black, and then a red light comes on. You can hear from up above, the sound of the chords, twack, 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 and then coming to a vibrato and stopping. But it doesn't entirely sound like it's stopping. And then you recognize this not as the thwacking of steel cords, but as the breathing of something big and heavy above you.
Who is in the elevator with us?
It's just you and Yokai.
Well,
Hey, Brains, you got a plan?
is it something organic or is it something mechanical?
You can't see from where you are right now.
It's breathing,
Curiosity,
though.
because my consciousness disrupts all nearby signals with dead zone. And I have to spend edge to keep it from doing other things, but it does make nearby devices orphaned, which was my curiosity if it was some mechanical something.
You can feel your technological presence cutting something off. I'll say that. There's something that was receiving a signal, and you can feel your barrier like interrupting that signal. And it is above you, but it is. I mean, there's like an elevator hatch and shit, and it's up in the black depths of this shaft.
Cool. And we're suspended in the middle somewhere. We're not at like a floor door.
That's correct.
We can go down and out. Is there a hatch in the bottom too, or just in the top?
Let's roll a fortune. There is a hatch in the bottom. It is locked, however.
I've got climbing tools and burglary gear.
Burglary gear.
So as you're like starting to mess with this hatch, you can feel the entire elevator get rocked. Both of you kind of like stumbling to like hand onto the rail for a second, and then another rocking the whole thing. And we can get a slight glimpse outside of a large mechanical construct with this organic flesh in spots, like kind of haphazardly draped over and in this iron cage. And as it's like hanging on to a different elevator's cable, it takes another swipe at the outside of the elevator shaft, and we can see it kind of begin to rend the steel off. And now that you both know the dookie situations that you're in, I would like you to determine whichever order y'all want to go in. Who wants to go first? What do you want to do?
Can I jump in real quick?
Absolutely.
Huli, Damocles will turn to Yokai and say, just trust me on this. When I say jump, jump. The next time when those claws start to like rend in and get really well hooked in the elevator, I'm going to yell jump. And then I'm going to hit the elevator with a full power blast of lightning.
Okay. Let's get some rolls for that. What would you think would fit that best? A sense?
The goal here is to channel the lightning into the elevator so that as those claws dig in, it jumps right to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be using a sense. I'm going to be using my extra fine channeling focus, which is it's almost like a fidget toy. It is a connection of braided silver chains with a tiny little set of sapphires set in a pentagram in the center that he's pretty much constantly playing with.
Wonderful. Absolutely. Okay, so you are in a desperate situation because not only are you in a very, very precarious predicament with the elevator, but if this goes wrong, you have the potential to fry both you and Yokai.
So I wanted her to jump. That way she isn't touching the elevator.
Yeah, lightning arcs. Let's hope it doesn't, and you roll well.
I'm not jumping, so... Alright, let me get fancy gun pulled up here.
Oh no!
It's fine. Alright, let's pull a sense. Let's go ahead. Desperate. What's my effect?
You are using your extra fine thing, so you're going to be coming in at great effect.
Okay. I will note to you that electrical spells like lightning are particularly good against cybernetics and robotics.
Extreme.
I'm going to push myself for 2 edge. And see if I'm forgetting anything here. Cool. Yep, there we go. Let's go with sense.
There's your 6. What happens?
There's my 6. All right. We're gonna just contort the focus in his hand, spread it wide into kind of an organized tangle, and then there's one downside to my magic, folks. It is loud. even if I were to ask sense, it would be very, very obvious. So as he does this, sparks and energy just begin pouring out of these scars in his face and writhing down his shoulder and his hand, and then slamming into the side of the elevator where those claws are dug in, and just begin writhing up that cybernetic arm.
So you receive a massive feedback from the elevator as the electricity flows through it and powers it up and like overrides the lock on it. And when it like as we can see like in slow motion, Yokai jumping as this creature tears through it, we can just see this blast covering it, and it shrieks out in absolute pain. That is 3 ticks on that clock. No, not yet.
Not yet, what? Not my arm?
Not yet.
I mean, I will eventually lose it. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as this creature takes the blast, it rocks backwards, scraping this metal claw that's turned mostly into like molten slag across the like back wall. We can see a huge mar in its surface, and it is very pissed off. Yokai, it is so pissed off that it's about to just jump straight on top of your elevator.
Yeah, it sounds about right. So we're desperate, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. 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 So, is this technically considered artificial intelligence, forgotten paragon, or gremlin?
This would be more along the lines of a person that is forced into cybernetic slavery after death. They are broken down and made into a security drone.
Okay.
Like a servitor from 40K. That's probably the closest thing I could.
Are you throwing cyber zombies at us? Because cyber zombies are evil. Thank you.
Yes.
Great. Fucking lovely. Fantastic. Fuck.
Cool.
Nobody read the book.
Cool.
I'm a Shadowrun fan from.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing with this thing. I don't fucking combat stuff.
Oh, it's all good, dude. You got this. I believe in you.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Alright. Magic it is! Just Dragon's bite his ass. I suppose?
So remind me what that spell does again, please.
If I remember correctly, because I didn't see it in the notes, which for whatever reason, I don't know why I didn't put it in notes. But we did put it in my inventory. It just has what we put in the inventory just says magnitude 1 can affect up to scale 1.
Sorry.
And it's
This creature is scaled 2.
alright, well, I guess I won't do that then.
Right.
What the fuck? How about you just pass on me and then come back?
I can do that. Baldur and Nirvana. Whichever of you wants to react to this strange entity in front of you.
So I'm above it, right?
Above and at an angle, yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna wait, can we talk before I do my action? Are we allowed to do that?
Yeah.
What's your plan, Baldur? Are you gonna run?
I should ask, is the trench-coated guy still in front of me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's this, like, swirl of black red blood like at their feet, and it's like starting to like rise, kind of like a lava lamp in globules, and like parts of it are like separating and still floating in the air around them.
Well, I'm gonna deal with my new friend here. And, can I see this other massive thing attacking the others, the elevators and all that kind of stuff?
No, the elevators are on the inside.
Okay, yeah. You help out wherever you feel you need to.
Okay. So, I'll
Actually, I suppose I could also do a quick comms call to the others, be like, as he's watching, Baldur's just calmly like, how are things?
Big, beefy, and fucked up.
Baldur is going to look to his entourage, look at this guy in front of him, and then just say to his entourage, go help the others inside.
They look to each other and like look at you for a second, and then they're not going to question orders, but you can tell they're like, Jesus Christ, we're going to leave you with whatever the fuck this is? Alright, fine. And they turn and run inside.
Nirvana? I have a feeling this is gonna not go as well as I'm planning, but, got my back?
got it. So Nirvana's gonna backstab this guy, disappear out of nowhere, and just stab him right in the back.
Go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna use my quiet weapon. Is it desperate? Are we
Definitely.
desperate?
Yeah, 100%. Something is about to happen.
So I'm using my camouflage and my quiet weapon. Is that what kind of effect is it?
So your camouflage is going to give you an increased a bonus die, and then your the quality of your weapon will increase the
so I get a
bonus die as
1.
well.
I get a plus 1d to the my camouflage stuff.
Shit, no. Isn't that supposed to increase your effect? Yeah, that's how we ruled it. Your camouflage is going to increase the effect by 1. Your quality of your weapon is going to increase the amount of bonus die that you get by the quality. If it's a tier 2, it's going to give you... well, technically, you'd be going up against this thing's tier. So if it's a tier 2, you would need something else to help make up the difference, because you would be swinging at a -1.
My scout gives me an extra D roll.
Okay, so now you are even.
And then I'll push myself too for this one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna... Is it Prowl?
Okay.
Alright. Wait a second. Push.
Oh, here, you know what? Add an extra one. I'm gonna push myself to try and distract this guy, give Nirvana a little bit better opening.
A setup. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
as Nirvana's setting up, Baldur's gonna be like taking his coat off, so he's just got his shirt, pushing up the sleeves to show his metallic cybernetic arms, and he's like, alright, you wanna be old-fashioned? We'll be fucking old-fashioned about this.
Hell yeah, dude. Awesome. Take that bonus die, Nirvana.
Oh yeah. Okay, so... Is that right? Oh,
Yes. Okay. So, a couple of things happen basically at the same time. So, we just see a kind of like haphazard, like lazy, like raise of this coat, like an arm, and there's kind of like a sling of blood as it trails. And then it like, we can see a blade coming from Nirvana, just completely invisible behind him, getting jammed straight where the spine should be. And then we see Baldur like just like fucking rocketed off and taking like a good couple of skids along the ground before slamming into the no longer burning wreckage of the bomb car that you guys blew up earlier. Balder is going to be taking, instead of 3rd level harm, because it was a increased effect there, it's going to be taking that down to a 2nd level harm, unless you want to bring that down a bit.
Oh, I mean, I want to bring it down, yeah. I'm gonna roll body to resist. Try and roll with the hit. Yeah. Not terrible.
Yeah. So we see this coat just like nowhere near you, and then there's just this overwhelming force of boom that sends you ragdolling off, skittering along the ground until boom, you slam into this car, taking a 2nd level harm of skipped.
Well, 1st level, because I resisted.
That's correct. Thank you. Once this blade is in this this person's back, you can kind of see the cloak like pinned to it. As they like reach around, there's this huge claw that is basically made of light that comes shredding downwards towards Nirvana, who narrowly escapes the blow, smashing the ground right where Nirvana was, and we can see this massive pool of blood growing ever the larger with the influence of this force. The coat pinned to their back kind of falls, and we can make out this very, as I said before, withered creature. It's an ancient woman. She's got this long white hair that comes down like all the way to her waist and just completely almost covers everything except for her face. We can see these glowing red eyes, and every inch of skin that we can see is this mottled old pale gray that's almost entirely covered in head to toe with these dark black and crimson tattoos. They seem to race over her skin and weave in these profane patterns that hurt your eyes to look at for too long. And there's this burning fire in her gaze, writhing in power. Elder.
Baldur's gonna stand up and crack his back a little and go, all right, my turn. And he is just gonna charge at her and is like winding up that cybernetic arm to just outright deck this person as hard as he can. So I'm using my cybernetic arms.
That was 2 ticks on the clock, by the way, Jihoon.
Can I do a setup this time?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my high jump off their body to like push them into the fist.
Okay. Very nice. So take
I'm
the
all-
edge.
Yeah, I'll take the edge.
I'm also gonna push myself to get just a little extra boost. I'm guessing I'm guessing this is probably desperate, huh?
Oh yeah, you're definitely just like leaving yourselves wide open here. With no
Do my cybernetic arms at least bring me up to a standard? Feel like
Yeah, I would definitely say. What tier are they again?
they're the base one, I think.
So they are your tier now at this point. Then
Yeah.
yes, they would be increasing your effect from limited to standard.
All right. Couple extra die. Here we go.
Oh,
That right there's a crit.
There's a picture there.
He gets up, says it's his turn, and with all his might, Baldur is old. He's not the quickest guy, but he realizes immediately, oh, this situation's bad. I should probably run, but chooses to run directly at her, just booking it, and his fist just comes flying and connects with her jaw. Just a slam.
Oh hell yeah! We can hear a very loud, reverberating crack, and like for a moment, it's like you're like frozen in air, and we can like see Nirvana like backflip like up, probably like 2 stories above, and we can see her like neck being snapped, and everything is kind of like panning around this for a moment, and then as the battle like kind of resumes, there's this shockwave of force that just flows down these streets. We can see it knocking you like another couple of feet back, but obviously you're not taking any damage. And we can see Nirvana like getting flown like high up to where he like catches on to probably the same area that he was when he first entered this scene, and like taking cover from this force. All the glass and windows in this region just shatter and turn to shards and fall. And this darkness begins to swirl and cover the arena. And we're going to switch over to Yokai.
In the moment of kind of recoil that the creature's going to have after taking that lightning blast where he's going to let go of us, I want to see if I can quickly hack into the elevator panel to get us up or down a floor to where we're connected to a door to get out. That's all I want. We don't have to go anywhere else other than moving to one of those simple points of the fuck out of this elevator.
Okay. So that's not going to necessarily do anything on that clock, but it will get you out of a desperate position.
That's fine. It puts us on even footing and not plummeting to our deaths if a cable snaps.
Yeah. Which is about to happen if you don't roll well, probably. In which case,
probably
roll well.
Desperate situation,
Yes.
great effect, using an item, right?
You're using one of your super souped up items that you have. Yep.
I'm not using a souped up item. I'm just using a standard my mechanicals tool.
Okay, then go ahead. Okay, a partial success. Go ahead and tell us your part, and I'll tell you what happens.
So after my feet touch the ground and I hear the creature like roar back and feel it let go of the side of the thing, I'm gonna just elbow the panel quickly to pop it loose and start fidgeting with stuff, connect my cable to it. Everything around us is blacked out except for what I'm currently accessing, so I'm gonna try to plug into that. And in this moment, I think the best direction to try to move is probably down one. It's going to be safer, gravity on our side. I don't want to try to go up. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm hopeful to simultaneously pop the doors when we hit. So it just we can just tumble out.
Okay.
That's my
Gotcha. So what we see this scene taking place like really quickly, like very frantically, like shit, like just like moving your shit faster than anybody feasibly ever could. And then we see the elevator light go like from like red to its normal pale white, and we see like maybe like a sigh of relief on your face for a second, and then we get like the scene on the outside of the elevator that you guys got in, and it's the 4 bodyguards like getting into position, getting ready to like hit the elevator, and then it just ding, you guys come tumbling out, and there's this and I'm going to roll a d4 to determine who's going to get hit with fragments of the elevator. It is going to be Damocles. I'm sorry, Damocles. You're taking 2nd level harm here of Shrapnel. As you come tumbling out, this creature slams onto the elevator and comes tumbling out after you and just throwing shards of metal in every which direction.
Cool. I'm going to resist with intuition as I reflexively throw up a mystic barrier behind us as we come out.
Okay. Then yeah, no harm comes to you, I believe, if that is because it's a supernatural creature.
Still got to roll to see how much stress I take. Just 1. Not bad. I'll take it.
Yeah, so what does this barrier look like?
It's just a tracery of faint electrical lines. But again, energy just pours out of the scars on his face and lash through the air as he glances over his shoulder, kind of throwing a webwork up and catching and grounding the fragments.
Awesome. Yeah, we just see them like suspended in air by the electromagnetism before they like fall down piece one at a time. And this creature like begins like slamming, and now we can see like you are all effectively in the same arena. There is this huge blackout of like nothing outside the walls of this mega structure. It's like an open atrium for a good probably 80 stories up from the bottom of this residential district all the way to the bank. And we can see like Nirvana perched up, a couple of stories above where Baldur is on the ground. We can see Yokai and Damocles on the ground coming off the elevator, and this massive amalgamation of flesh and machinery with all four of the bodyguards like beginning to open fire on it, just like, yeah, we're die. Folks, everybody's gone. What happens? Who wants to go first?
I think Nirvana will acknowledge the others, and he'll say, "Hey, you guys are doing pretty good. Nice, new guy."
There's this billowing of black clouds that comes cascading from one side of this mega structure to the other, and then another, and then another. And then there's this swirl of blood mist in the very center. You can see this red cackle of arcane lightning running up this withered ancient body. And this long hair, it seems to have grown even longer, trailing back like a tail in the wind.
Can I survey the area and see if I can drop something on this thing, like from the ceiling?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
So, you can certainly see a great number of like light sources that are suspended. They look to be pretty heavy. They go literally all the way up to the ceiling, so the kind of like metallic structure of them, you imagine, would weigh a good portion. The problem being this person is in between you and that, and they have noticed you.
Can I roll again to try to get it, to hit it?
If everybody else is fine with you going again, sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use my Darcy, my smart weapon, and use my Deadeye ability to get a trajectory to knock that thing off. It's a suspension system.
Absolutely.
And see if I can do some damage and cause some commotion so Baldur can wind up another shot.
Optimal firing trajectory, 97.25 degrees. Fire into the wind, baby.
So I'm going to push myself here. I'm desperate still.
You are now in risky.
Okay, I am risky. And the effect here is...
Effect here would be, you're using Darcy, which is like super upgraded. You've upgraded it twice beyond what your normal level is. So it would be going from limited to standard to great.
And my Deadeye ability, it's okay.
That's the thing that makes it the action possible.
Alright, so great. I'll push myself here.
You have to push yourself to use Deadeye.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm still pushing.
Yep.
And then, what role would that be? Would that be a stalk or a prowl or survey?
I could see it being surveyed, like lining up the shot and then firing. Stalk is kind of getting the drop on somebody, and prowl is like, or stalk is like, stealthily moving around, and then prowl is like getting the drop on somebody and attacking them.
Okay, so I'll survey. I fail.
We see the shot fire out, and as this large light pole begins to fall down, the person, Sinner 003, looks up at it, and this arc, again, lazily kind of raising their hand, this arc of red lightning catches it, and they just haphazardly hurl it straight at you, Nirvana. You are going to be taking 3rd level harm of battered by the light.
Can I resist it?
Of course.
Alright. I'll use my body.
Wrapped up like...
Crap, I'm about to trauma out.
You take another 2nd level harm there. It's going to be wrapped up like a deuce.
Said rat?
Wrapped up, yeah, like you got wrapped up. Like, ba 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 ba, you got wrapped.
Damn it, dude. How dare you?
You got crushed by the light pole, but you were able to move out of the way of probably having an arm or leg shattered, and just kind of Spider-Man flip through, and then like at the last moment, just a piece of it like clips you and like flips you around a couple of times, landing you on your face. What?
Is great effect. It still does a tick on the clock, right? I think it great, maybe? Just one little ticky tick?
I'm generous. I'll give you one. She's distracted. That's what the tick represents. Who wants to go next?
I'll go ahead and take it. I'm gonna pitch something to you, and I want to see where you want to run with it, but I've got some ideas. So we got a bunch of mystical forces running around, right?
Oh yeah.
And this person is just throwing magical energy around, and it's very hard for my buddies to see what's going on or where it's going to land. Yeah, a lot of forces they can't comprehend or control.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I took a spell called Spirit Light. I'm going to cast it.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain why. So Spirit Light is a little bit of an interesting one. I didn't expect it to come in handy right here, but we're going to run with it. So with Spirit Light, you cause concentrations of essence to glow in the material plane, making them detectable by anyone, awakened or not, in the immediate vicinity. Basically, I want these spells that this person is slinging around, these magical effects, I want them to be much more visible and telegraphed, so that my crew isn't being blasted all over the place by stuff they can't even see coming.
I will give them a bonus die to their actions for that.
Right on.
Brilliant. So what does that look like?
So, more energy just cascades out of these face scars, but this time, rather than channeling down into the focus, they just start drifting like will-o-wisps or like ball lightning, and gathering into the channels that are being made by the essence. I'll yell out to the rest of the team and be like, if you see that light, that is pain coming for you. Make sure you duck that shit.
Absolutely. So everybody's going to get a bonus die. How long does the spell last for? Does it stipulate?
It doesn't really say. I think it's pretty much
In perpetuity.
just for the scene, as long as I'm in the area.
Sounds good
I
to me.
imagine if I get knocked out or badly wounded or knocked off my game, it would fade. But
Yeah, fantastic. So you absolutely cast that spell. Everybody gets a bonus die for the rest of the scene. In the background, as you're doing this, we can see the bodyguards kind of like Dark Souls rolling in their like lightweight power frames, like as the creatures like slamming over them, and like their nice suits are getting kind of scuffed up and revealing some of the like joints beneath to like reinforce their structure in case they get into the shit. And they are right now currently in the shit. Who's next?
Yes, so, this big, ugly bastard, I remember Dragon's Bite now because I was thinking about what we decided. So I am a techno cultist, and the recoil on that is the nanites deal also a harm to me. So I believe that is magical nanites that shut shit down, if I'm not mistaken. Does that ring a bell to you?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So that's what it's going to be, because neither one of us can remember. So it's going to be magical nanites that shut shit down. And I want to hit this guy with those magical things.
Okay, so you're going to be targeting his like circuitry and trying to literally turn him off.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Well, risky or desperate for...
You would probably be putting yourself in a little bit of a risky position to be taking this guy on in that capacity.
Alright, and so, using the spell gives it a great effect, right?
Yep.
Alright, and I'll push, which will put me at a bonus dice, and then the one that we just got from Democles, right?
Yep.
Alright, cool.
That's a crit. Paint us a picture, Yokai.
Yeah, so...
He's still alive, but barely.
Well, you know what? It counts.
Yeah, no, paint us a picture. I'm just letting you know.
So, I'm just very irritated right now. This is not going the way it's planned. I got a smart mouth new partner on the squad that's really irritated me, but he's fancy and magical, and I just can't let that be a thing, that the only fancy magic comes from the smart mouth. So, I got to give him some fancy magic too. So, I'm just going to smirk. And I'm going to take the dragon position very like Tai Chi way. And as I do, you'll see when I push my hand forward, just black, very similar to Crazy Pants Cinerot 3 behind me. And it's just going to shoot in the direction of this big, massive creature. And when the black hits, you just see this like wave of kind of like technochrome and black together as they wave out over him, and this just massive cloud of nanites just swarms and goes straight for all of the circuitry to try to like bore in there and make him, you know, not function properly.
Yeah, absolutely. So because you crit, I'll say that you take first level harm there, just backburn.
It would have been a first level harm.
Then I'll say no harm comes to you. You overload and you get the sequence right somehow, to where it just channels everything over into that instead of you receiving the normal backburn. 5 ticks on the Daedalith clock, and when the swarm of nanites has cleared, there is substantially less mechanism in place over this creature. The dead flesh is like starting to really rapidly rot and decay, and as it's like quaking and quivering, its slams are becoming weaker and slower. Who wants to go next?
Oh, I think it's about time I do a little something more. So, as Baldur is seeing Nirvana get just whapped around and everything, Baldur is going to like reach back behind himself in a little pack and pull out a massive pair of brass knuckles that he is putting on to increase my effect a little bit. And I would also, for an extra die on this, your DMness, I would love to propose a Dragon's deal, where to try and hit as hard as possible and get a little extra die in here, Baldur is going to basically overclock his cybernetic arm, basically destroying it for the rest of this scene. Like, he is putting his all into this punch, and win or lose, it is out of commission after this strike.
I'm good with that.
All right.
Desperate situation, though, absolutely. You are going full force jumping at this thing that's like 3 stories up. Like, you are an obvious target coming at it.
What am I at for effect with my
if
brass
you're gonna
knuckles
break your
and
fucking
all this?
shit, then I'll say that's an extreme effect.
Can I throw an assist?
Absolutely.
Can I give him inspiration?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
Am I getting an extra die from
Brashness, yes.
from Damocles? No, from Damocles's magical hooja
Yeah,
what's it?
absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
happening? Oh, wonderful.
The assist that I'm going to throw is you're trying to get up there. So that webwork of energy shimmers on the ground and then just bumps you up. I'm going to use the barrier effect to just... It's like a stepping stone or a ramp for you to get up there.
Sick. Hell yeah.
Well, I'm not getting up. I'm going right for Sinner 003, so I'm not getting...
I thought they were...
Sinner 003 is floating about 3
Oh,
stories
up. Oh, that's right. Okay, perfect. Wonderful.
So yeah, you get a boost there. I'm going to take my stress now.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that gives me 5 dice. Sinner 003. Extreme effect. Please. There's an
It's a hit.
extreme success, baby.
How do you take a Sinner 003 out?
As he is like shot up, like these brass knuckles were designed for his arm and they like lock into place, and he is like pulling a thing down that's like having it like it is shaking and vibrating on his body, launches up, and he is punching directly in the sternum, just cracking into the ribs, and it collides once with the chest, like smashing into it, but then everything in the arm opens up, whirs, and there's this second shockwave of just...
yeah. Have you guys seen One Punch Man? You know that
Yes.
scene where he slaps the mosquito? That's what happens. There's this satisfying crunch as the piston drives home the secondary impact, and an absolute shower of gore and blood just burst out for a moment, and it's silent, and then drip, 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 drip. For a solid 15 seconds, it's just raining blood, and then as we all like get a look of like Balder on the ground, his arm absolutely just snapped, destroyed, and like the blood rain coming down over him, it stops as soon as it started, and there's a final off in the distance. We have one final thing to deal with, folks. That was awesome, Balder. Good shit. Also, thank you, Maui Girl, for the biddies. Who wants to try to finish off the deadlift?
Should I try?
You're the one with the gun. I'm not really wanting to push my luck casting more spells. That is starting to wear me down. Pretty much every spell I cast causes me 1 harm, so.
We'll say that Nirvana picked up Harrison's gun and uses it as a reminder of the past.
So you have this big fuck off 75 caliber pistol.
So I'm gonna use the pistol in my inventory, and for some reason it weighs 2. Is that right?
No, there's 2. You can have a second pistol.
Oh, okay. So I'll just make it 1 pistol,
Unless I'm wrong, I'll look at the sheets. I might have just told you a lie.
and then I'll just be. Are we controlled now or desperate? Risky?
It is controlled. After Balder's wonderful display, it is a controlled situation. The creature is still fighting the bodyguards, and it is mostly destroyed.
What's my effect? Is it a standard?
You are firing at minus 1d until you apply anything because of the quality.
Okay.
Oh, since I sent my entourage to help with the big beastie, and that is what he is doing, can he use them as an asset, basically? Since I'm not using them as an asset, I wanted them there to help increase effect or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll
so,
give you let's see, they'll give you another bonus die, I think, in this situation. That would be more beneficial than increasing the effect because there's only 2 ticks on the clock left.
Okay. So that's how many dice? 4 dice? 5
that
dice?
sounds right. If you're adding on that last one there for the guys,
Oh,
the bodyguards.
Oh, it's 5 dice.
Okay.
Alright, so I shoot. Oh crap.
Triple crit.
Ooh.
Take us home, Nirvana.
Nirvana is tired of all these summoning circles, and he's beginning to see a pattern here with these sinners. And he's figured it out, and he says, violence begets violence, and I'm gonna be the winner. And he's gonna shoot this guy.
There's a resounding crack. And I think that's where we'll cut to our break. All right, folks.
Nice.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick 5 to 10. We'll be back with more Saints and Sinners.
It is known that the bodies of soldiers killed in battle were returned to a secret laboratory near Koblenz, where they were used in a variety of scientific experiments. It was rumored that toward the end of the war, Allied forces met German squads that fought without weapons, killing only with their bare hands. No one knows who they were or what became of them.
Surely do appreciate it. Now, as we kind of come upon the end of the action sequence, we can see our saints in a server room, kind of as far as the eye can see. In the very center of this room, there is this kind of bloody, no other way to say it, bloody array. It's many intersecting lines made of blood. It looks as though it recently was kind of like churning in every which direction. As you guys have arrived, there is this kind of like faulty wiring in the room that's struggling to keep the lights on. And kind of probably spreading out with the bodyguards to secure the location. There's this kind of silvery mist that forms around the center of this emblem in the ground. And you can hear the familiar voice. Los Lobos. You thought you had me beneath the city. I'm gonna fucking get you. And I'll wear your skins as cloaks.
Well, when I'm done with it, you can have it. I won't see needing it past then.
The mist kind of solidifies in the form of a very familiar hooded individual. That pointy tip at the top, indicating to Nirvana, Balder, and Yokai that this is the Magus that you have previously seen. I see you have a new friend. And he kind of looks at you, Damocles. You're going to need him.
I flip him off.
So
who is this asshole?
Yeah, so he's a cunt and a half and is the leader of all this summoning circle-y bullshit that's going on here. Also the reason that our friend Balder died by the same thing that you use for fun shit. Or not Balder, Balam. Died by electricity. We smashed him last time.
Look, he's another guy who talks all high and fancy about magic and his dark purpose and crap, and, well, hey, the last one of your people who like to talk like that, well, somehow they ended up looking worse than my arm right now. Be happy to have it fixed up next time we see ya.
you're going to need a whole lot more than an arm. And there's another couple of figures that kind of like form in the mist. We have awaited the end of this era for millennia. We will not be stopped by the likes of you.
Nirvana is gonna say, Seattle will outlive you and your people.
We shall see. And the mist disappears. The forms just instantly drop in like smoke, are gone. The map now shows this location is inactive.
Good, let's get out. I'd like to get as far away from this treacherous asshole of a place as fucking possible. Before any more of those big-ass things that tried to drop us 1,000 stories comes back and tries to do more than that. Thanks.
It dawns on you that you are in you're in a server room for a bank.
Yokai? Really feel like we shouldn't leave this place without some souvenirs. If you've got a moment.
Oh, I've got nothing but time. Nothing but time. What else? What else could we be possibly doing right now rather than collecting souvenirs? I don't see what could possibly be a better idea. I don't. Let's see. Can I collect souvenirs?
Roll to see how much money you'll get.
Hold on, I did not do that the right way.
Would you
What
like
are we
to
at?
use your reroll?
Yeah, and are we controlled, right?
It's a fortune roll.
Oh, fortune. Fantastic. Alright, so let's see how that goes. Oh, you cut in half. Partial success anyway. Well, I don't know what the
You recover enough money for 2 narrative controls during downtime. Enough money to just basically tell me what you do. Make something happen. Yeah, so the next scene is probably the debrief with Vixie getting all this information and taking what you've been able to recover from the scenario, decrypting all the fucking crypto coins and bullshit. Because in my own personal hell dystopia, cryptocurrency would absolutely replace fiat. Yeah. Sorry, folks. But yeah, for the most part, she tells you that you've got enough here to get basically whatever you want on the table, at least twice over, or at least once over. Means 2. She also tells you that she's going to immediately get to work seeing if there's a way to remotely shut down the rest of the sites. If there's some kind of trick with the process, that way it's not going to take forever and a day and give these folks all the time in the world to finish activating the rest of them. But she'll get to work. Downtime.
word. I guess I'll go first for downtime.
It's up to you guys how you want to distribute the things, by the way.
Yeah.
It's an additional downtime, by the way. You still have 2. Everybody has 2 actions, and then however you want to distribute the narrative controls, that's an additional downtime action for 2 people.
Did we get any new yen from this job? Do we?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
But I had to ask.
we should have robbed the bank. But I'm gonna go hang out with Balder because I got like 9 edge or something, or 10 edge.
Yeah, I got bad news for you there. I don't have money to gamble with, and I've made that very specifically my thing.
I could float you some. I could float you some new yen to clear up some edge and things because you're much more valuable when you're not edged out than you are when you are.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I got a fat stash, so I could come off some.
Well, no, keep in mind, if you take it out of your stash...
Yeah, I don't have like a full bar. I just don't leave it in my little 4 space because I can't count 4 plus extra numbers, so I have to see it in a line. So I just keep my extra ones on the bottom. Does that make sense?
then. Yes,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I've got my 2 dash lines, and then I've got my other new yen at the bottom.
Got it.
So Nirvana, you've got your own money, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll toss you a couple. Balder, what do you want? 2, 3?
Oh, just one. Just one is fine.
All right, so you got 1.
All right. Well, Nirvana, come indulge with me. Let's gamble. Let's see. First, I guess I'll do my gambling roll. Hey, maybe I'll make money to pay you back in spades, or maybe I'll lose it. Who's to say? Hiya! Yes!
Big win with the 1.
Big win.
Let's see what the odds were. I'll roll fortune for odds. You want high or low?
Low.
You want low or you want high?
I want low.
You want low? Just do 1 and high. It's 1 for 1.
That's fine. Yokai. Balder comes back and gives you 2 new yen. So you get yours back and 1 extra.
Oh, that's nice.
Thanks.
He's just in it for the thrill. Oh, I suppose now I have to indulge my vice.
Indeed.
Hey, not too bad. And I'm going to adjust that by an extra 1 with my ability, so my edge is cleared.
Very nice. Spider ability. Good shit.
Do I roll for gambling too?
Yes. How much are you waiting?
Alright. I'll do 2 new yen.
Okay.
Oh,
You break even.
okay. Do I roll the edge?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So you can clear
3.
4. Because you're doing your thing with Balder. Very nice.
Oh, you can clear 5. He can adjust
5?
it by 1 or 2.
Oh shit.
1 or 2, depending on what works best for him.
Poggers.
5 it is.
It's such a useful ability. If anyone else wants to come gamble and burn some extra edge, anyone can join Balder and have a little fun. He just insists that you gamble.
Unfortunately, being a magic caster, I have other things that I'm required to do during my downtime to maintain my spell casting abilities. So I will slip off back to the temple for my downtime action. It doesn't look too exciting. It's the same thing as it usually is when I go to this portion of downtime. I'll go in, do what I need to do some teaching, all of that nonsense, and roll around in my second one after.
I will. I'll actually go ahead and have a drink and gamble with the boys.
Oh, let's go.
So I'm gonna roll my indulge vice first. Yeet, cleared it. I'm gonna reduce that down by 1 so I don't overindulge.
Nice.
And what do I roll? Just a d6 for the gamble?
Yeah, how much are you wagering?
Just 1.
Then yeah. Partial successes, breaking even as 6s, you win. You win!
Let's go.
Alright, now let's determine odds. Oop, that didn't count, I didn't roll that. Okay, do you want high or low?
Give me high.
Should have wanted low. I rolled a 2.
take
It's 1 for 1.
Cool. Get back to my coins. Alright.
And that is a first round of downtime actions completed. How do you guys get along at the old? Is it the horse races, the casino? Where do y'all go gambling?
Balder likes the casino. He enjoys personally. He loves poker. He'd invite the boys to do poker as well, but if they wanted to do something else, the casino's got just about any game you can imagine. But Balder will definitely spend his time at the tables.
I will play roulette out of the generosity of my spirit, because I have cybernetically enhanced eyes with both widened and heightened. It's not fair for me to play poker. I can read the cards from the other fucking side of the room through the reflection in your eyeballs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally fair. They would absolutely notice that because your cybernetics are so obvious, and they would not even let you come near the cards table.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "You can go play craps or roulette or."
Bet on
Okay.
horses.
Nirvana, I imagine you probably go play the slots or something with all the pretty lights and the flashing screens, huh?
Yeah, I'll be on the slot machines, just like bags under my eyes, trying to get a win, you know.
The wins are few and far between, and effectively you end up paying for drinks.
Damn it.
But hey, you can
Jesus.
break even.
But I'm
Paying
feeling a
for
little bit
drinks
better.
when you're gambling means that you're just losing.
It's helping the anxiety, you know. He's releasing the edge into the world.
Totally fair. All right. Well, who would like to go with their second downtime action?
Can I heal? I heal.
Yeah.
It's just D6, huh? Or is it body?
You are using your healer friend, right?
Yeah.
So that is going to be a bonus die.
Double 6.
Yeah, it's always going to be 6s.
Okay.
Ooh, so that is going to be 3 ticks on your clock.
So that means
You
I...
could pay a new yen to make it a crit, and that would be 5 ticks on your clock if you would like to. If that clears your clock twice, for instance.
No, I can clear it twice with this roll, I think, right?
With 3,
3?
you can clear with 3 ticks twice. I don't think so.
Oh, no. Well, I always have one on my bar. So I'm at 3 right now, so I take off 1, and I go back.
Yeah, so your first level harms go away, and then your second level harms.
Alright, I'll use a new yen then.
Okay, so that's going to be 5 ticks on your clock instead. If you would like, you can continue to treatment for an additional new yen, which would let you roll again.
I think I cleared it twice already. Is that good? So it goes back to a first level harm now?
Unless if you had third level harms, then yeah. If you only had second level harms, then you should be clear.
Okay, so the wrapped up like a deuce is
It's gone. If it's cleared, if your clock cleared twice, it's gone.
Oh, okay, so it's good.
Yep. Ooh, give this to Nirvana. Sounds like a rough time. Ooh, that's very kind of you. A bonus die. Dating sale. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Oh, I'll roll a quick heal too. I should get started on some healing at the very least, so just the one die. I don't got any healing friends.
You can pay for healing to increase it, but okay. Hold it. Then that is going to be 2 clicks on your clock.
It is. I don't have spare cash. It's all wrapped up in business and stuff right now, so
It's in the
that's
funds,
fine.
darling.
Yes. I just need to get this started, so next downtime I can finish it. So
Fair enough. All right, Yokai and Damocles.
All I've got is level 1 harm, so a little bit of time to tough it out and just let it go. So I'm gonna clear it, do my recovery action, etc.
Cool.
So I have questions
Yes.
about, like, usually I have to spend time healing or, something along those lines. I don't have to fucking do any of that for the first time ever in all of the sessions that we played, so I have an actual free downtime action. Aside from, like, a long-term project, what is something else that
Acquire a one-time use asset or cohort.
Or training.
You couldn't accomplish training with one downtime action, though, could you?
Yep.
You could? Oh, shit.
Yep. And I believe we have a specialization in training body, so if you train body, you get two ticks. If you train intuition or willpower, you just get 1.
Oh, I meant, to roll it over. But yeah, maybe so. Maybe you've been doing body skills and 2 ticks.
Is it a that I would have to put up to train in that? Is that what that is?
It's just an action.
No. You said 2 ticks. That's what I'm asking. Is it a clock?
Basically, you see the things next to. So, for instance, you don't have anything in body, but you have those little clicks next to willpower and intuition for when you roll successes in those. It would give you 2 clicks in either body. It would give you 2 clicks in body. If you trained intuition, you get 1 click in that. If you trained willpower, you gain 1 click in that.
Wait, we're supposed to tick those for successes, or is it just the desperate?
Anytime you roll a desperate action.
A desperate action, excuse me. Sorry.
I was
player in a while.
All right.
Whoops.
All right.
I got confused with mouse guard.
It's okay.
I thought I was
So
being smart because I was like, it's not failures because that's mouse guard. I was being dumb
so if I use my action to train, it's 2 ticks into body, and then if I dump a new yen into that, how many more?
You can
Or
only train once per
That's
once
right,
per
that's right.
session.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, our crew, because of our type, we specialize in training bodies. So that's why you can get 2 for body, but intuition and willpower only 1 because we don't have special training for that. So
Okay. Damn, I don't know what I fucking want to do. Yeah, I'll train. I'll do that.
Okay.
What do I need to roll for that?
You don't. You just succeed. You get the ticks. Get them ticks, girl.
Okay. That works.
All right. And that is going to take us to narrative control portions. You have 2 of them. You can distribute them however you want. I encourage you to discuss before you use them.
Yeah, what do we want to do with that? 2 things or 2
Give me
actions?
1 second, I'm looking something up because there's something kind of important to me. I know I'm the new guy, but could go really far if we're trying to do here. Because I need a lodge, because that's going to help a lot. Okay.
Do you need a lodge to like form a cult or something? Is that what you're...
No, it allows me to do... I ignore the limits on how many foci or spirits I can bind to me. It has tools that increase the effect of any magical things that I create there. When I perform a rite or a secret art inside, I get to die on all resistance rolls for any downtime activity involving the study or practice of supernatural power, including learning a new spell, taking additional die in addition to the bonus die from Help Friend. Yeah, lodges are the tits for me.
awesome.
They would go very far. And if we're dealing with a lot of black magic, I think a lodge would be a good bet. Like above table, a lodge would be a good bet. In character, Damocles is going to say, look, we've got a lot of really dark arts in the city, and you are woefully underprepared for that. I've got a shopping list. We can get this set up.
sounds good to me.
Any objections? Plenty of objections, I'm sure. Coolly object. Damocles.
Maybe put an ice cream
You know
machine
what? Actually, I
in
do
the watch.
have an objection. I have a couple of demands that need to be met for this lodge before I agree to this. Are you listening?
Okay, you terrorist scum. What are the demands?
First thing is you have to say that I have brain cells that function properly. You have to say that. Second thing is you have to make sure Nirvana gets his ice cream machine. Third thing is you have to be nice. You're limited to the amount of insults that you can use on us per mission to 5 in total for the whole group. That's my stipulations aside, or I do not agree.
Ice cream machine, mandatory. I can't function without ice cream. It's on the list. 2, this is the smartest crew I've ever worked with. Granted, you have the brains. You don't have someone that is the brains. Each of you is independently a smart operator, which is great.
Brain
Because I'm a-
shitters in a little machine on the ground as you say that. As you say, nobody has the brains.
Secondly, I'm not the smartest one. I'm not the planning type. I'm glad some of you are. Third option, 5 insults each. I can work with that.
No. 5 insults in total.
I think I heard 5 insults each.
No, I think you didn't. Keep recalling that scene and what I said to you, and when you realize that I said 5 insults in total, then we can come to an agreement.
For every extra insult, I buy the ice cream rounds.
There'll be an ice cream machine in the lodge. You're not buying shit.
You got to give me something here. I'm gonna go over 5.
I'll give you 6. That's 2 apiece.
I'll work with it.
Okay, deal. I'll knock elbows with you.
Sounds good. I've still got 2.
Hey. So when you found this lodge, Damocles, there's this stirring in the air as the number of mages that have been brought together under the rule, probably through astral projection, unless did you actually like physically bring them here?
What?
A lodge is like a conglomeration of mages, right? No.
Nope. It's a sacred workspace.
Okay, then I completely retract what I said. As you are finishing setting up this, probably like the final wards in place, there's this like cold chill that rolls through the air. This embossed kind of like window that kind of sits out and overlooks the city kind of shimmers with this otherworldly light. And when you feel a cold hand pressing against your chest, you can see a great eye of a platinum dragon looking through this window at you.
Is that Tiamat?
Definitely not.
Okay. I'm not good on my dragon.
I have great expectations for thee, Damocles. Do not let me down.
And as it kind of presses inwards, there's this wrapping of a silvered form, and we can see the extension of the upper half of kind of a spectral dragonoid looming over your shoulder, kind of made of this effervescent lightning and a single claw extending out from it. You have a third arm, as per Red's request.
Oh, god damn it, I thought I was going to get away with no freaking malfunctions.
Now you can cast spells twice as fast.
We could have narrated it away, but you wanted a lodge instead.
That's fair.
And you have the blessing of something. Some dragon. You seem to feel a certain presence around you everywhere you go now, even though this thing is obviously not like really there. It's spectral in nature. It might come out if you're calling upon it. In your trainings, you've noticed that it does respond to you reaching out through some kind of psychic link. But after about a week or so, you start to realize that like this thing is sapient and like it has an empathic connection with you. It's not the creature that you were talking to. It seems to be kind of a go-between.
It's like the thing from Adam's Family. Is that what I'm saying?
I don't know, because there's a lot of things in Adam's Family.
Oh.
No, thing. The hand. That's the hand's name. It's thing.
It's more like a long draconic claw with like almost another torso that extends out of your back. The more you use it, the more you feel it coming out. And the more the sapient connection grows.
So we have one punch man and one wingman. Great. Like it.
You still got one more of those, folks.
I wanna give Baldur a what is it, like a penthouse thing?
He already has it, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, I have maxed out my stash. I literally have enough to retire with like luxury penthouse and a large business and all that kind of stuff. Like Baldur is basically as well off as he can be.
Can we use, like, can we upgrade our hideout?
You're already doing that through leveling up. You could acquire something for a level up, though, like a specific level up, or a specific like crew asset. Yeah.
Exactly. You see there's like a chart here with like penthouse suite, forgery, supplier, body shop, informants. Can we get one of those with the narrative thing?
You could get any crew upgrade or anything like that. I wouldn't see why not.
Penthouse suite would be helpful for Baldur. That's +1 dice to consort and influence on site. You do that all the time.
On site, does that mean at his penthouse, or what does that mean?
No, it's I don't know if that's what that means or not. We'd have to look deeper into it. I'm just looking at like the actual crew sheet itself.
Oh, got it. It's 2 penthouses. That's funny.
Well, there's also the secret routes, which would be helpful. That's 1 dice to engagement for transport plans. We roll at 1 or less dice for engagement regularly, so that'd be helpful. We usually do go in through the VTOL, so we're usually using some sort of transport to get in. So
That's on transport missions specifically, but yes.
Well, all right.
It would still be good, though. I'm not disagreeing with you there. I'm just making sure you understand that it's for a specific type of mission.
Well, the other one is forgery supplier. That's for deception and transport plans. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do.
You could even use it to acquire like a upgraded cybernetic for somebody, like top tier cybernetic, obviously, because narrative control for the most part.
Actually, about that, why don't we upgrade Baldur's arms?
Oh yeah, he is the new One Punch Man.
Apparently.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have arms.
He saw a cyberdoc. They would have been able to fix up that arm as well, but that might not be a bad idea.
Or reinforce the bones, or something else. Give Baldur a little bit of an upgrade because he seems to be the tank now.
He's just reckless and overconfident.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I mean, I'm up for anything. If we want to do that so I can punch things better for us, I'm fine with it. But if we have something else we want to put it towards, that's fine too. I'm up for whatever the group wants to do. So,
Up to you guys. I'm impartial.
I mean, it's between something dope for the crew or actually, wait a minute. Do we have a lodge for yokai?
No, that's what I tagged you in Discord and said I wanted to talk to you about it after the show because I didn't even know that was a thing.
I did.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing to do either if we wanted to get the lodge for you.
I can create things. I do have the thing to do that, so it probably would be helpful if that's what it does. Helps with my items. Because I do have Instancer, which allows me to invent and craft creations with emergent features.
It would help with that.
Duplex.
Yeah.
So good.
So either way, you can do that or Baldur's Arms. I don't care.
I say go for the lodge. My arms do fine, but they're more last resort-ish and everything. Baldur still personally excels with when he can be the face of the group and everything, so I would rather get the lodge for yokai, because I feel like that could have some really good long-term benefits.
When you can schmooze.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so you establish a lodge as well. That is a lot of productive shit in your downtime. A lot of recovery and a lot of establishment. What's up, buddy?
How many Nuyen is a lodge, anyways? Is that a lot?
It's a long-term project, I believe. So you're accomplishing a long-term project now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. Well, let's do our level ups before we close the show this time. Who wants to start us off?
I'll go if you want.
All right.
I addressed a challenge with violence and tracking. I did that a lot.
Yeah, I would definitely say you got both of those, which is going to level you up.
I crit that guy.
Yep. So that's going to roll you over. Okay. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Oh, I represented Seattle at the end.
You did. You used Harrison's gun to kill that thing. Yeah.
And
Struggled with issues from your dystopia, harm, vice, or trauma.
yeah, there's a lot of magic going on in the city, and I'm just a normal person, you know. I'm a normal guy. I'm just at the beginning of the episode. They had to pull me out of my game, you know.
I'll give you one for that. Yeah.
Vixie the Fixie, you know.
Having to deal with fucking magic and not being able to wield magic yourself, that's pretty dystopic in a way.
Yeah. Nirvana's outclassed in that, you know, and he can't train hard enough to get past those limits, you know.
That's true. Also make a note that Shady Sail gave you a bonus die for next session. Because don't want to think about that.
Yeah, thank you, Shady Sail.
Yokai, you want to go next?
Yeah. So, emergent powers. Yep, I did that. And knowledge. I did that, so I got 2 there. And then 1 for drive, I'd say. Aside from that, I didn't have any dystopia, harm, trauma, anything like that.
That's fair. Okay. Elder.
Let's see. I did not address any challenges with charisma or conspiracy. I was pretty hands-on this time, so nothing there.
I will argue with you on that, actually.
Yeah. I also detest.
Argue away.
Me too.
You brought in goons. That's officially, that's immediately a conspiracy. You brought in other people on this. You are a conspiracy of one man, but I mean, it does count.
I'll give it to you.
You brought in goons to blow up a VTOL next to a bank.
Sure.
That's conspiracy.
That would be a terrorist threat if you did that in America.
Yeah. Alright, now. Express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I think just his drives to occasionally show off and just tackle things directly. I would say just the one.
Okay.
And struggles with issues from dystopia, your harm, vice, or trauma.
You gambled.
I was all over being reckless.
Yes.
Baldur, I'm trying to lean into that hard, and it's gonna get me in trouble.
Oh yeah, there's still another 3 sessions left for this season, so there's a lot of trouble that you could be getting into. That's gonna roll you over though. You leveled up.
Yay! Well, I think as part of his level up, Baldur's gonna take a little vacation. Cause sorry, folks, I'm not here next week.
Oh, snap. Okay, no problem. Well, folks, I wish that I could go chill in whatever fucking badass luxury suites Baldur's gonna be chilling in. That sounds lit.
Well, if they're anything like the actual vacation I'm gonna be taking, it's gonna be to the podunk town of Merrill, Wisconsin. So, but it's gonna be wonderful. So,
Good. Good. Be fun. Seeing family and stuff, probably.
Some friends getting together at their cabin. Just a nice little time.
And we welcome. All right, and Damocles.
Okay. Damocles, we've got address the challenge with knowledge or magical power.
And spades, yep.
All right. Belief drives heritage or background. Beliefs, I definitely am in opposition of dark magic. That is a big part of what I've got going on. And drives, I have to be an antagonistic shit.
That's fair.
Like that is part of what I've built this character around. Balaam was a little bit more easygoing, a little bit more friendly. Damocles is a dick, but he's also good at what he does, so you're kind of fine. You get your ice cream.
Well, of course there's gonna be fucking ice cream. That was funny. Yep, so 2 more for that. Struggle with issues from dystopia, harm, vice, or trauma.
The fact that we have to pay for everything with living NFTs is kind of dystopic. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, man. No, I don't really struggle with anything dystopic or harm or vice or traumas.
Okay. All right. Well, that concludes that then. Now we have a crew level up to pick. Because the crew leveled up from the last session. And then I already did the level up from, or no, it didn't level up from last session when I did the level up earlier, when we completed the mission leveled up. So we do have one thing to pick from there.
What have we got already?
Fixer and Body Shop, I believe.
What special abilities do we have?
Smooth operators. Each PC may add +1 to finesse, influence, or interface.
I need to add that to my crew.
And then we got the, what do you call it, the concealed items one.
Yep.
Courier
rigging, yeah.
I kind of like mnemonic. Wait, are we veteran level now? Can we take from other places?
Yes.
Sick.
Yep.
Are we taking veteran so we could pull from somewhere else?
If you want to,
I'm
you can. You're eligible to now.
I'm looking, seeing what's available.
What's that? Underground maps and keys.
I believe that would be a way to operate underground. Literally, like underneath the surface of the city.
Oh, okay. So we're like moles and stuff.
More you have like maps of like abandoned subways and fractured tectonic plates.
The mushroom people are down there.
I kind of like seeing some Drek under Mercs.
What's that?
It's very evocative, but it's you've grown particularly resistant due to cruel experience. You get +1 die to resistance rolls with 1 attribute of choice.
Pretty good.
Not the best, but I mean it's pretty cool.
Maybe not the most fun, but it's definitely useful.
I also like our crew manager option because it says during downtime, one of your cohorts may perform a downtime activity for the crew to acquire an asset, reduce heat, or work on a long-term project, which
that a
could be
lot.
beneficial because, we could acquire something to help us going into each of the next missions, or they could see out a long-term project.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
I actually like that one a lot, especially if we start developing like emergent software, cult spells.
Free
Yeah,
downtime
which is-
action too.
It is, yeah. So, do you want to do that one?
I'm a big fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
That's right on our sheet right there on couriers. So
I completely
Okay.
glossed over it.
Thank you for the biddies, Bleak Season. Much appreciated. Much love.
Hey, Bleak Season. How's it going, buddy?
thanks, Bleak.
Good seeing you
I
here,
actually,
bud.
you know what? I'm really glad that Bleak's here and we're out of character because I specifically wore this shirt for Bleak.
Oh.
Yeah, because this is the UP of Michigan. It's called the UP. So up yours.
Ah, got it.
Yes.
Bleak's in Canada and they eat something called a Michigan hot dog, which is a hot dog with spaghetti sauce on it, which is not something we eat in Michigan. So it's just a thing we got going now.
Bleak's cool people.
Bleak's great. Playing Blade
Alright.
Runner with those guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
Much appreciated, Bleak. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the biddies. All right, crew managers has been put onto your crew sheet.
Love it.
Dope.
All right, folks. Well, nothing I'm forgetting about, is there? I have a tendency to do that.
No, I don't think so. I did the same with Scum and Villainy. I always forget, like, leveling, like, the crew sheet or doing a downtime action, something, every time.
I did level up my stash when Baldur gave me back money. So what does that?
Baldur would be the best one to tell you.
So when you get 10 stash and you level up your stash, you basically get 2 points like you would have spent on your previous special items that are specific to your class. So you can spend those 2 points to either buy access to new special items that you haven't already purchased, or to upgrade an existing item you have to a higher level, so you can make a normal one fine, a fine one exceptional, or you can also use it to purchase cybernetics as well. So you get basically 2 points to do that with. Like when I got my final level, I upgraded my entourage and I upgraded my suit.
As is tradition.
Um,
That suit dry cleaned after the skipping, though.
Yeah.
all right, I'll figure that out. I won't hold you up.
Okay, no worries. All right, folks. Well, chat, thank you so much for being here, you guys. We sure appreciate you. We sure love you. My players, thank you all so much for being here. I sure appreciate you. I love you. Let's do our shout-outs. Tell people where you can be found, all the cool stuff that you do. Jihan, start us off, and we'll go in a horseshoe.
Hello, I am Jihan. I play games on this channel. You can find me here weekly on Monday, Friday, and some Saturdays.
Yeah.
I like the game. Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jihan. Thank you for being here. Cannot wait for Death Roll to start on Monday. Super hyped for that. Much love, buddy. Soul, what's happening, man?
Hey, everybody. I'm Soul. Throlls. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Throlls. I am a TTRPG kind of jack of all trades. I write games, I write supplements, I write little itty bits of content. I do social media for about 12 different accounts on TTRPG Twitters. I write a health and wellness blog focused around gaming, dealing with things like burnout and like parasocial relationships and all that jazz. And Thursdays I can be found on the -2 Charisma channel running Scum and Villainy, which is another Blades in the Dark hack like this. And Fridays I can be found right here playing our lovable jackass Damocles.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Soul. Thank you so much for being here, man. Much appreciated. Much love as always. Klaus, what's happening?
Everyone, I'm Klaus, the Dungeon Noobs Guide on YouTube. I just recently, within the last week, I released my latest video on a rundown of 21 virtual tabletops. So if you want to learn about virtual tabletops and which ones you want to try, go check it out.
I need to watch it. I was gonna watch it today, but I got pulled into like these stupid fucking meetings at work. I literally had
Understandable.
it pulled up, and then I got pulled into the fucking meeting.
There are many intriguing ones that are going to pull you in. In fact, with your love of blades, let me just say, the official like blade sheet that's coming out for One More Multiverse and everything. Oh, it's gonna suck you in. So delicious.
I will be getting onto that. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Sorry, I keep talking.
That's all I got.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for being here, Klaus. Much appreciated, man. Much love as always, dude.
Hey.
Cooley.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, friend?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Here. Kick a tail, take a names. You know, regular Friday night shit. You can find me in all of the places when you look at Heroes and Hooligans, because that's me everywhere, or on Twitter if you want to find me personally, it's right here. I'm all over the world. I'm in all the different TTRPG channels, so you can find me everywhere. Paul's channel, I'm DMing over there, I'm playing over there, I'm here, I'm on my channel, I'm over on Bleak's channel, I'm at Queen's Court. You can find me everywhere, because everybody needs a little chaos in their life. So,
Absolutely.
That's it.
Everybody needs a little Hooli in their life because you're amazing. Yeah, I love you. Thank you for being here. Much appreciated as always. Thank you again, chat. We're going to be raiding into Neon Lights roleplay. As far as I understand, they're pretty cool beans, so we're going to be showing them some love. Let's make sure to make some noise when we get on in there. But yeah, this has been Saints and Sinners. So much appreciation for you. Oh, they only allow in-network raids. Well, we're not homies yet. Unfortunately, we can't raid yet. That's gonna happen. I don't know who to raid into then in that case.
Can I make a suggestion?
Girls Run These Worlds?
That would be a good one.
Who are you gonna suggest?
Girls Run These Worlds.
Nice. Alright, folks, let's make some noise. Girls Run These Worlds. So much love, so much appreciation. Again, tomorrow I am going to be running Booty, Revenge of the Demon King at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is a piratical-themed D&D campaign featuring some of my favorite people, including my wife and some of my favorite people from across the pond, Meshashi and Vincent. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Y'all wanna check that out. Let's see here. Lancer tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Lost Haven by Night at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's a Vampire the Requiem First Edition campaign on Sunday. On Monday, the premiere of Death Roll at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be getting into some crazy high-level spell jamming shit, so you won't want to miss that if you like D&D. Wednesday, Mouse Guard at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Thursday, I am hosting Call of Cthulhu Under the Jade Sky over on Red's channel at twitch.tv/VA Redemption or Redemption VA. And then you can catch us live next week, same time, same place, for more Saints and Sinners. Bye! We love y'all!